Well, sunscreen, it's trending with influencers all over social media sharing different opinions on what type to use and how often to apply it. Today, we are getting the facts from dermatologist Dr. Renee Beach. She's here to talk through some of those trending topics and tell us what's true and what's not. Great to have you in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always great to have the expert on a topic like this instead of influencers on social media. So we'll start with the first hot topic around sunscreen, which is that you need to use one with an SPF of 50 or higher. Is this true or false?
Thinking about SPF, first of all, so SPF, or sun protective factor, it basically is the amount of protection that you're garnering from wearing sunscreen. So an SPF of 50 would block 98% of ultraviolet radiation, so UVA and UVB, which is great. However, an SPF of 30 will still block 97%.
So it's only a 1% increase?
Exactly. So for me, I'm happy to get 97% on anything. And an SPF of 30 is more than adequate, so I would say that this is false.
Okay, and a lot of the times the price jacks up as you get the higher SPF, so save your dollars. SPF 30 is good to go.
Yeah.
Another one here, people say in order to get the most protection, you need a sunscreen that covers both UVA and UVB rays. You just mentioned that there. So does all SPF cover both?
No. Now, backing it up again, so UVA and UVB, what is that? So UVA is known as the radiation that comes through our windshields, our windows. It's the one that discolors our skin, and it actually is contributory to melanoma, whereas UVB is commonly associated with sunshine. So UVB is what we think about on a sunny day. Now, ideally, you want to have protection on the sunscreen label that says long-range wavelength, which is UVA, or it says protective against UVA and UVB. So this would be ideally true.
Okay, so ideally, that's why we need sunscreen even on a cloudy day.
Correct.
Because that sun, that light, is still coming through our windshields.
Absolutely.
It's still coming through our windows, even when there's full overcast sky.
It's true, and I tell people, a lot of people work from home nowadays, and who wouldn't want to work in front of a window? Still wear your sunscreen.
Yeah, okay. So some people on social media say if you don't wear sunscreen on your face daily, it will cause premature aging and wrinkles. True or false?
True.
You're laughing.
Sorry. It's true. True. Sorry. It's true. So our sunscreen protects against DNA damage to our skin. What does DNA damage do? DNA damage decreases our collagen, which is the strength for our skin. It decreases our elastin, which is what makes our skin more resilient. And basically, if we're not protecting it on a daily basis, your best offense is a good defense, and unfortunately, if you're not protecting it, you are headed towards signs of premature aging, wrinkling, discoloration, skin laxity.
I will tell you, I have a lot of friends, and I think we all know people, both men and women, who are caring for their skin through other methods. If you're not wearing sunscreen every single day, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're wasting your investment, unfortunately.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so another trend that's been going around on TikTok, this one, I cringe even saying it, DIY sunscreen. Doctor, is it safe to make your own?
I'm going to be positive here. Here's the positive. The positive is that people are so invested in their skin that they have decided to be, entrepreneurial, have some ingenuity. Unfortunately, in reality, though, it's pretty wild. We are not kitchen chemists. We do not have the knowledge. We do not have the infrastructure. We do not have the lab facilities to make a sunscreen, let alone vet its safety and its efficacy. So it is a huge no for me. We have so many sunscreen options out there nowadays. It's okay to use a commercial option.
Lastly, what about mixing sunscreen with your makeup? If you're choosing to wear a foundation, can you still get the same protection?
It's not ideal, and the reason why is when you mix two products, you don't know what the integrity of those products are. They were not formulated in that way. They weren't meant to be mixed. What's a lot more practical instead is to layer. So you put on your sunscreen, give it 30 seconds, a minute or so to settle in, and then you can layer your foundation, concealer, your makeup over top. And that way you're getting the benefit of both products, but without compromising the integrity of them.
Can I also ask you about expiration dates on sunscreen? If you don't know, by the way, check for an expiration date on your bottle because they are there. Just this last week, I threw out a ton of sunscreen at the cabin we were at because it was all expired. Are those a best before, or is it an expiration date, meaning once you see that date, it's got to go?
It's A bit of both, depending on the product and depending on the chemical filters and the sunblock agents that they use. Ideally, don't use it beyond its expiration date. If you're stuck and there's nothing else that you're going to use, it is still going to provide some benefit of protection. Instead of being at 100% of its strength, however, it might be degraded to, say, 80%, 75%. So ideally, try your best to be using it within that period. And if you have a facial sunscreen that's about 50 grams, you should be going through that about every 40 days. So that's an indication to you if you're using enough.
Yeah, of how much you actually need.
Yeah.
Doctor, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Apply your sunscreen.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.